It's 4 o'clock. We'll go ahead and start the meeting here for the City of Stephenville Board of Adjustment on October 9th, 4 o'clock. We're going to call the meeting to order. Is there anyone here to engage in a citizens' general discussion? Okay, hearing none. Welcome. Mr. Eastman. We'll go ahead and close that part of the agenda, and we won't have any minutes to approve. We'll wait until those are available at our November 13 meeting. And so we'll just go ahead and commence with our regular agenda. So Mr. Killen, if you would introduce to us application number V9191, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Applicant Stephen M. Beck, attorney in fact for Michael F. Olson, STD, Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Fort Worth, is requesting a variance from section 154.062D relating to the minimum setbacks for property known as 1492 West Washington, parcels 30253 and 30254. This is block 134, 2A and 2B, and 4 of the S2600 City Edition of the City of Stephenville. So we've been working with Mr. Scott Martzoff. He's here tonight should the board have any questions. He is representing the church. This is located at the corner of Lillian and Centennial, which is the extension of Washington. They have a plan to do some pretty exciting things there on that campus with the church, and I've seen the renderings, and it's a very impressive building that they will be bringing forward. And so we've been excited to work with them. They've been very good to explain things to us and what their needs are. So what we're looking at tonight is a long Centennial. That would be a 20-foot setback normally under the B2 retail and commercial district setback requirements. The existing building ranges anywhere from about a 2-foot to a 4-foot setback. Ultimately, that building will be removed from the property, and the new footprint, and Mr. Scott Martzoff, you looked at me kind of like maybe I was going down a bad road there, so correct me if you need to when they call you up. The new footprint is going to be 8 feet, have an 8-foot setback. So that's why we need to come to the board and get your consideration on this, but it's going to be a greater distance away from the street with the new building, and the new building is going to be just a great addition to the city. I'm really excited. The rendering here, I didn't know if it was in the packet or not, and I didn't put it in there. I thought of not putting it in there, but it's just such a cool building that I wanted you to see it. So, and I don't think Mr. Martzoff has any objection to that. But without dragging this on too much, it's a smaller footprint, probably a bigger footprint, but a greater setback than what is currently in place. And they will be doing this in phases, and we will be considering some other things as far as the thoroughfare requirements along Lillian will have to be taken into consideration as well. This is the first step in that ultimate decision. So with that, Mr. Chairman, be glad to answer any questions. Otherwise, Mr. Martzoff is here
Very good.
for further consideration.
Other than just to comment that it's very unusual to get a request where we actually gain feet into our setbacks, do we have any questions for Mr. Killen before we proceed? All right, thank you very much. And Mr. Martzoff, if you'd come up here behind the podium, just introduce yourself, and if you want to make a statement. Otherwise, we'll ask you some questions, maybe or whatever, and then we'll open up the public hearing.
Okay. My name is Scott Martzoff with Martzoff Architecture and office at 815 West Daggett Street in Fort Worth. Been working with the diocese on this job for at least 5 years, so this is actually happening. We're so excited. We've designed a project which has 2 phases. We really would like to start phase 1 early next year, so it's going to happen. This is just not talk. They're really serious. And then our phase 2, which is the ultimate church, will be as soon as they can raise the funds. And the momentum they have now, I don't think it's going to be that long. So the last thing we want to do is to get everybody all excited and find out that we can't build it because we have a setback problem. So we're trying to resolve that right now before we go out and ask people for money, more money. They've already started dedicating for the first phase. Second phase is really where it impacts the setbacks the most. So that's really what this is all about.
Could I just ask, I know what we're dealing with, and it has to do with this lower left-hand corner especially, but what is the first phase?
First phase.
Is it regarding that courtyard?
Yeah, it would be this building right here.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's gonna house, it'll ultimately be the parish hall, but in the meantime, it's gonna be the interim church. So we're gonna remove the church that's there now, it's too small, they're just, the Lord had been growing out of it. So we will, and it'll be, catch a little bit of everything, have their offices, their classroom space, an interim church, which will eventually be the parish hall. And then the college ministry will be located in that building as well, from now and forever. So it's a very important building, it's a major step for them. But the ultimate goal is to have the future church on the corner, on the anchor of the whole site.
That's the second phase.
That's the second phase,
Right.
that's correct.
And that's what, we're actually dealing with that setback here, but it has longer lasting effects or implications.
That's right.
But what happens to the current, almost chapel, because it's a church, I know that,
Mhm.
but what's happening to anything there that's of historic value?
Well, we're trying to keep the windows, we'll
Okay.
relocate the windows, and then we actually have a design where they have a little entry piece, the crucifix on going into the church,
Exactly.
that we're going to relocate as an entry form off the pathway that the students will take going to school. So it's kind of a welcoming gate portal. So that's in the design. We hope to pull that off. So we're trying to be respectful for what's there now and what has been, and yet we've got to move on. We've got a lot of growth going on in the
Because
neighborhood.
that was an issue back in when the nineties, when Bernie wanted to do a big thing in their town regarding the.
Oh.
Anyway, it went all the way to the Supreme Court. So
Oh, my
this is
goodness.
the kind of thing that it's like one of those matters that does have very deep implications in terms of
Right.
what we can ask the church to do, or the church can ask us as the city to do. And so I just wanted to kind of
Yeah.
ask about those historic value kinds of matters. It sounds like those are being considered, and they won't be neglected or moved. They'll still be.
We're
here
gonna
in
keep
Stephenville.
the best of that building. That's really the intention.
Okay. Any other questions for Mr. Martzoff? Very good. Well, thank
Okay.
you so much. We appreciate you being here. And so I'll open up the public hearing. Is there anyone here to speak for or against this, this request from the community? Okay, hearing none, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing. So do I hear a motion regarding application number V 9191?
I move that the board approve application V 9191.
Thank you. I hear.
Second.
Okay, I hear a motion and a second. Robert, thank you, and thank you, JJ. Any discussion? All in favor of approving this this request, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. None opposed? The request has been granted, approved. You're welcome. We'll go ahead and, if I don't hear any objections, adjourn the meeting. I don't hear any, so we'll do it. All right, congratulations.